Barcelo back on the road again with his crazy hair. Just checking the radar, kind of following up on what I was planning on doing yesterday and couldn't. Actually had more deliveries today, so they are back. I'm literally just pulling out of the museum now. You can see it behind me. So we're heading south. That's where the weather's coming from. You can see some dramatic clouds in the distance there. But I'm heading south. Back in the noisy truck. No matter how far south, so I'm all ready to go. Gassed up. Got all kinds of cables and crap I'm going to need along the way. So hopefully we'll catch some weather. Now this is another day where it's a very small percentage of any kind of tornadic stuff. But then again, we had multiple tornado warnings, polygons, which came up to this area. So now today I have the ability to chase it and go farther south if I have to follow it back up. So we're just going to see what develops. It's still early. This is Mosby Avenue we're on here. Still in Littleton itself. I'm going to take some back roads down. It's a more direct route to get down onto 95. But yesterday I went east into Roanoke Rapids because that's where the weather was. Nice and green now. Everything's lush. We're getting all this rain coming through. Now we're going to be driving out of Littleton and into farm country here. There used to be a whole bunch of cows in the day back here, but they moved on. Now it's just regular farming. It would be funny in the middle of the night you could hear these moaning. The one thing about the cows though, they brought these immense flies into the area. Summertime I had to wear a hat. Those biting flies love my bald head. Good just to get out of town. Look at the clouds in the distance there. They're looking good. Looking like something's going to happen today. It's still pretty bright where we are. And what I'm seeing, I'm not going to show you now because I'm driving, but it looks like more of the storm's going to be popping up North Carolina, South Carolina border. As you can see in front of me, it's darker there. Now we're up in Littleton, North Carolina. That's where I'm leaving from. Leaving the Cryptozoology Paranormal Museum, which is crazy thing I run. And that's literally up at the Virginia border. So we're going from one edge of the state to the other. But we're going to do it slowly and keep on checking weather to see if we need to stop, turn, head another direction. But you can see, like right now, the sun's coming out a little bit here. I wouldn't say it's coming out. It's hazy, but it's brighter. I'm not planning, since I'm over here pretty much on the East Coast, to head too far west. I'd love to, but I can't because I have to be around to run the museum. Had to do all the important things, make sure I have the dog food and the bowls and her vitamins and all that stuff. Good old Christmas, the rescue dog. Make sure I have a cooler for myself, some ice and water. I didn't bring any snacks. It's probably not. Bag of chips or something, which I did have there, but I was kind of running around. Did get another delivery today, at least that came early. So I don't have to worry about anything sitting out in the rain. Nothing else should be coming. U.S. Postal comes early. FedEx and UPS tend to come later. So that's what I had to wait on yesterday. A box of 100 shirts coming in. Which, a short period they're out there, they did get a little damp. I don't know why they pack shirts in a cardboard box and don't put plastic over the box, or at least the shirts inside. But it wasn't too bad. I got there quick. Show you the new design later. So I'm going to be going live for a while. I'll probably be on and off. I'm having a problem with the charger in my vehicle here. I don't know if it's the outlet. It's an older truck. I thought I blew a fuse for a while there. I messed with it, but I think it was just a bad contact. So I switched out adapters for the charging cable. If I have to, I'll pick up another one. The one I had in the museum, we just had for, it's not a fancy one, it's just kind of a basic. It seems to be working. But I did bring a jackery along just in case, so if I have to, I have a power supply to plug into. What I'll do is I'll sit on the seat next to me if need be. We'll make it work, one way or the other. Next time I stop, it's going to be probably down off 95 a little bit. I will set up the other phone so I can see, hopefully chat. Right now I just literally see the screen, so, which I'll flip back and forth. Like that. Logging's the business around here, so you can see large areas where everything's just cleaned out, and then they tend to come in and replant. Most of the wood here is softwood. It's pine they're growing these days. All the hardwoods pretty much removed. Oh, we lost signal there for a little bit. It's gonna happen. Got some dead areas here. Once we get on 95, it won't be so bad. Get a little bit of wind too. Cows, lots of cows. Rearview mirror, look at the clouds behind me. They're looking pretty dramatic now too. It'd be funny if it starts being back up. We get the heavy stuff back up where I just left, back up at the Virginia border. But I'm not going to go super far. We're going to drive probably another 20 minutes or so. Get on 95 and drive down a while. There's a couple places we can stop. still pretty damn new at this, so pretty aware of my limits, so I'm more than happy to let people who've been doing this for a long time. Clouds I'm seeing in the distance now in front of me looking. Oops, sorry about that. That's an alert you're going to hear every so often. It's an older vehicle. This Expedition used to have the monitors and the tires. I've never had them since I bought it. They took them out when I bought it used, obviously. And never put them in, but it constantly looks for them. So on long rides, every once in a while it gives you an alert that the tires are low or an issue. I haven't figured out a way to shut it off, so I'm just going to hit the clear button. That was a skunk on the road. Yeah, that was a good one. That was right. Yeah, we're coming down close to where the four-way stop is, and we're going to make a left at. That's a good skunk. Oh my God, I can taste it. God, that's awful. Get onto 95, start heading south. Like I said, we'll stop a little bit ways down. I'll kind of give myself a little bit of space, and then I'll make another decision. Continue south, or head west, or east, or whatever. Now, I don't want to head all the way to the coast because I'm just going to lose everything there. There are some other advantages to work other stories there, but here we're coming up on the four-way stop. As you can see, this four-way stop's relatively new. It confuses the hell out of people. Oh my goodness. They put some roundabouts in Rocky Mount too, and that's another thing, just messes people up to no end. Something around here too. The gas prices are crazy all over the place. Now we're like $2.99 at Littleton, which is, I guess, kind of the norm most places. Now this is along the highway here. We're getting on 95 now. So here they're getting like, you know, 307, 317 at the high ones. When you go down the road here into Wilson, into Rocky Mount, it's going to be noisier now. I'm going to have to talk louder. Gas can be pretty damn cheap there. The other day I went to Sam's Club and I got it for $2.61.9. So it's all over the place. It's a noisy truck. Very noisy. It's looking actually kind of brighter now. I'm just going to keep driving for a little bit. Look in the rear view mirror, try to see what's where. But I'm going to have to look at the radar to really see what's going on. Basically in the coming up in the Rocky Mount area now. See the clouds up ahead, that's what I'm looking at. Turn the side of the road and move over. A bunch of them. What the heck is going on? Sorry, looking at the weather here. Trying to be careful, it's not want to get distracted or anything. Make it down as far as the North Carolina, South Carolina border. We'll definitely stop it south of the border. I know a lot of people there, stay there fairly often. It's a ride. It's a ride. Something I got turned on to recently, Crystal Burgers. I don't know if anyone out there has ever eaten them. It's very much like I guess it's a southern version of White Castle, from up north. Very similar, little tiny greasy burger, lots of onions, except they put mustard on it as opposed to ketchup up north. It tastes good. I don't mind mustard on a burger. This area now we're passing is where a tornado came through a couple of years ago. Did a lot of damage here, going into Rocky Mountain. Friend told me about it, so I tried it. I've gone there a couple of times, and they're just like we used to call the White Castle's belly bombs. I mean, they're really good. It's one of those things you used to always eat when they're open late. I think they're 24 hours, if I remember correctly. And you'd be out drinking and stop there, and you buy them by the sack. You get a whole bunch of some tiny little things. You gobble those up, and you next morning you wake up, even if you didn't remember eating them, you knew it. So we're getting some drizzle now, so we're getting into some rain, so that's good. Starting to get into the weather. Shower at this point, nothing too heavy. Not like the stuff we're getting yesterday, which was just torrential. So we just went through one of those bands of rain. And the sun's kind of up a little bit again. That black car just went by as a state trooper. Unmarked car. So you never see me speeding. Probably a little bit on the slow side. Dead animals on the road today. Dogs, cats, deer. Oh boy, looks like it's pretty dark ahead. If you see that spot in front, that's what we're kind of heading towards. That's the stuff I saw earlier on radar. I think that's going to be in the Wilson, Smithfield area. Looks like it's starting about 10-15 miles ahead of us. Let's see what we get. Yep, Wilson's 17 miles, Smithfield's 38. clouds seem to be looks like they're moving west. Definitely not rotation, but just they're pretty low. Unfortunately, with all these trees, I can't really see much around here. Part of chasing. Do a lot of driving. Hope you come up on something, document something. And this year the percentages of something happened are so slow. Yesterday was 2% or something like that. I think today's about the same. If I wasn't just hell-bent on getting out of town for a day, I probably wouldn't have been chasing today. Actually, I was planning, like I said, head out of town yesterday. I just couldn't do it with deliveries. Try to look between the trees, off into the horizon, see if I see anything interesting. Christmas is just sleeping away. Oh boy. Still got some coffee left. It's not really working though. probably going to get off this exit 121. I know it. I think is this is where that Crystal's place is. Maybe I'll grab a bite. And I think it's open enough there where I can see the sky and make a decision. And give me a chance to look at radar and stuff. This is the 121 exit. Pretty much everything's here. You got Lidl's, all that sort of stuff. Something I'll probably hit on the way back just to grab me some basic supplies for myself. Well, my fridge is pretty well stocked. Now there is a red roof at this exit. Not that I'm going to get a room this. Damn spam phone calls. I get them all day long. I wish there was a way to block them. They have like so many different numbers they call. It's the same shit over and over again. Jeez. Over here is to my right is a bunch of hotels, Bojangles, Fairfield, Red Roof. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near far enough south for me to get what I want. We'll look at the radar in a minute. I'm not going to go to the right. I'm going to the left. That's where the Crystals is. Over here is Wawa. And the Lynn is over here. So one of those parking lots I'm going to use. Confusing my gas stations. It's the Royal Farms here. I'm got a big silly chicken out front. Price of gas there. I didn't see it. At least here the trees are low enough I can see. I'm gonna pull up over here. Store I usually go to. I don't know if it's even open, but you can see it's farm country here, so it's really open and wide. There goes that annoying beep. Here, I'm going to log off for a little bit, and I'll log back on. I don't think I've had anybody on this whole time. So I'll talk to you soon.